Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction. Today, guys, we are checking out Star Wars Resistance meet Team Fireball. Now, from what I'm understanding, this is like a behind-the-scenes featurette or whatever, like just kind of talking about the characters in general of this show. The first teaser showing actual footage of the show was... it could have been better, and the animation's kind of iffy because when they went from Clone Wars animation to Rebels, people had an issue. Then overall, people enjoy Rebels, but there are some people that don't like Rebels. And now we go to Star Wars Resistance, where the animation changes yet again, and people are like, I ain't feeling this, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen. But I'm hoping that this gives me more insight into what the show is actually going to be, because that first trailer just didn't really work for me. It was fine, but it could have been a lot better. But I'm willing to give it a shot. So I'm going to check this thing out and see what this is all about. So here we go, guys. Star Wars Resistance, meet Team Fireball. Let's jump into it now, guys, and see what it's all about. Okay, let's go.
Team Fireball, they're our core Star Wars group.
Looks kind of weird without his hat.
In the bigger things going on in the galaxy. I wanted to have a sense of childlike fun and adventure. And what unifies this team is that they need each other. They need to try and win races to survive and make money. And our hero, Kaz, is still coming into his own, and he's a very, very good pilot, but he's still a bit fish out of water when it comes to living in a place like the Colossus.
Nice job, BB-8. All right, this is what I want you to do. I'm Christopher Sean, and I play Kazuda Xiono on Star Wars Resistance. Kaz's job, given to him by Poe, is to spy on the First Order. He's good at flying, but he's not really good at spying.
How's Leia?
He's a bit clumsy, gets into trouble here and there, but Kaz is definitely a guy who has a lot of heart and wants to make a difference.
In times like this, I think it's best to keep Kaz occupied. I am Scott Lawrence. I play Jarek Yeager.
Yeager kind of represents the old school. Yeager was a pilot for the Rebellion.
Now he's just trying to live his life as mainly a mechanic on this installation in the middle of nowhere.
And he unfortunately keeps getting pulled back into the action.
Yeager, he's the father figure of Team Fireball, and Kaz causes a lot of trouble and a lot of grief for Yeager.
Get ready to be impressed.
You ready to be impressed, Tam?
I'm completely ready. Hi, I'm Susie McGraw, and I play Tam Rivora on Star Wars Resistance.
Tam is a mechanic who works with Yeager. She was a racer back in the day.
I was wondering
and lost
how
her ship.
BB-8 is. Oh, because Poe's there, so, okay. That explains why BB-8's there.
No nonsense. She kind of has attitude. She also has a lot of heart and passion. She wants to have a purpose in life.
She's incredibly brave. She cares about people, but she likes to keep her emotions kind of to herself. Kaz, this is Niku.
It is so nice to meet you.
Niku's a bit of an oddball.
You know, I am starting to like having adventures. I find that it raises my heart rate, which is good for my circulatory system.
Hi, I am Josh Brunner, and I play Niku on Star Wars.
He looks familiar.
He's a genius. He's very naive, but he's got a huge heart.
He is this unbelievably positive, happy Nikto character. No matter what kind of day you're having, Niku is having a great day.
I once had a pet named Lucky that reminded me of home. And then it died. And then I ate it.
We made the show for a younger audience. I think they'll love the relationships between the characters and all the lightheartedness. It's unique in tone, unique in look. It's a completely different package.
It's very action-packed and vibrant and colorful, and you have lots of different pilots and ships and different settings. I wish I had a show like this when I was growing up.
Okay. I think this was. I understand why they put this out. My guess is they probably saw the response to the trailer and went, yeah, we need to put together a thing. Now, here's my first question. Before we jump into all the other things in terms of what they kind of talked about here, is that why was Dave Filoni not wearing his iconic hat? Like, it just looks weird seeing him without his hat. Like, it's a part of him. You know, he wears it everywhere. But and the thing that they announced, like, they announced the show a couple months back saying Dave Filoni, all that kind of stuff, and now we find out more recently that Dave Filoni's not running the show. He created it, but he's not running it. So I'm guessing the other people that we kind of seen throughout this is, besides the voice actors kind of talking about their characters, are, I guess, kind of running the show, and Dave Filoni's just probably like giving input or whatever. Dave Filoni started off kind of saying how they're not really taking on the big things. They're kind of separated in terms of what's going on, and that they're racing, and I don't know. Like, I don't know, because see, I think what the cool thing, well, Clone Wars, because it was set in a time period we were kind of used to with the movies, and they expanded on what was happening within the Clone Wars. So there's a lot of stories to tell, a lot of things happening besides what the movies kind of delve into. Rebels did the same thing, because it's in a familiar timeline. There's a lot of stories to tell, and they had a lot of things to do. Now, unless Star Wars Resistance is starting off a certain way where they're kind of not really connected, like they're kind of separated, besides Poe and Phasma and BB-8, and then Leia, which was a cool thing to see Leia for there a couple seconds. I think that was Leia. And it's starting off not being so much connected to the movies and not connected to the bigger things happening within the world of Star Wars in terms of what's happening in The Force Awakens, all that kind of stuff. Because this takes place, I think, a couple months prior to Force Awakens, I believe. I could be wrong about that. But if it starts off this way, and if the show evolves into something more where they're actually involved and they're actually a part of what's happening within the new trilogy of films, and we're not going to see them in the movies, but they're connected and they're a part of what's happening, that'd be cool. But I don't know, just based off what they kind of explained, I don't know if it's, I don't know, because see, if we look at here, 3.4 thousand likes at the time of recording this video, 2.8 thousand dislikes, implying a lot of people are not. Now more people are for this than against this, but there's a lot of negativity, and there are probably some people that are just being negative just to be negative, but there are some people who have legit criticisms saying they don't like the first trailer. There's people commenting that through here. Let's see, I'm actually pretty excited about this. Okay, this actually doesn't look bad. Can't wait for the Clone Wars. So implying they're not waiting for this. Dave Filoni seems to believe in the show, so I believe we should give it a fair shot too. Okay, good point there. Wow, Dave was forced to do this. His hat is being held hostage. When does Solo come on VHS? So, yeah, we set out to make a show for a younger audience. Yeah, good luck with that. Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, because Rebels is kind of focused to kids as well, but I don't know. This show could end up being a good show. You know, we haven't seen an episode yet. We've only seen a trailer, and right now we've seen a trailer and we've seen this meet Team Fireball. Like, we've met some of the characters. So I guess we'll just wait and see for an actual episode to kind of get an idea. But they said there's a lot. It's really lighthearted and all this kind of stuff. So maybe it's for you, maybe it's not for you. For me, I'm not really sure. I'll probably check out the first episode or a couple of the first episodes to see if I'm interested in continuing to watch. But for right now, you know, we'll have to wait and see. So there you have it, guys. That's my reaction, my thoughts to this Meet Team Fireball. Them explaining the characters, okay, you know, I've heard that a million times, people explaining who their characters are. For me, it's like, I just want to watch the show. I just want to see the relationship between these characters, see the dynamic, and see what Poe's relationship with to all these other characters, and kind of how it's going to tie in somehow to the movies. But we'll just wait and see more of that information. So there you have it, guys. This is my reaction. I'm curious to know what you guys thought about this Meet Team Fireball video. Are you more excited, or are you still kind of the same from the first trailer? Are you even lesser excited? Like, you're not excited at all after watching this? Whatever thoughts you have about this thing, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.